is that time again for content filler. I mean, my longest running series, 1-star review of top games. I go to Board Game Geek, look at the top 100 and see what people are writing about the best games that are on there and decide to give it a 1 star. And then I put them in a list and I read them to you so you can see what they say. This time we are talking about Dune Imperium. This is where it's currently listed at Board Game Geek. There's over 44,000 reviews of Dune Imperium. There's 79 1-star reviews. And this is where I put it. I gave it a 7. You can actually see it. It's right behind me. Right there. Right there. I recently picked it up. It was in my Father's Day video. Go watch that and see why I picked it up. Decent little solo game. Play it a bunch. Friends like to play it, so I'll take it over to the game night every once in a while. Fun times. At least a 7. Easy. But what did the people say that gave it a 1-star review? Here we go. Overrated, too luck-based, easy to teach and play, not that long. 1-star review. Easy to teach and play, not that long. That's a 1-star? I would think that would give it bonus points. Give it at least a 3. Colorful Excel table, 1 star. So to summarize, there is so much luck involved in the intrigue cards, the cards you can buy, which ones show up and when they show up, and the tech expansions, which ones show up and when they show up. Am I reading that right? Which ones show up and when they show up, and the tech expansion, which ones show up and when they show up. Ooh, okay. There is also no clear solution for any of these problems either. If you get dealt a bad hand, you can still perform decently well, but your odds at actually winning decrease by a lot. On the opposite end, if you are dealt a good hand, your odds at winning increase, and while you still have to properly play the game already has worked in your favor. To me, Dune Imperium is a game that's frustrated the hell out of me. I like the idea of it, but I dislike the randomness of it. And given how much time we had to spend upon the world, I'd rather spend my time elsewhere. 1-star review. I don't like worker placement, and this is the worst worker placement game. 1-star review. I think there's much worse worker placement games, but very run-of-the-mill worker placement game with more rules and less strategy. Outcome heavily guardrailed and based on turn order. Theme does not come through at all. 1 star. Dune Imperium. Oh, I really wanted to like this game. I enjoyed the Dune IP, so I had to really work hard to separate my bias since, of course, based on the theme alone, I wanted to like it. Initially, I did like it. However, I couldn't ignore its glaring flaws. Dune Imperium is another one of those modern-day board games where every action is rewarded and leads to the same outcome, regardless of what you do. Hence, the illusion of choice, as I like to put it, as every action is rewarded. Nothing you do really matters. Hence, the game is designed to rubber band players for the close finish where the end game devolves into luck with the best drawn intrigue cards. Have troops available? Try your hand at conflict and gain an influence point. Have a surplus of persuasion points? Just pass early and buy a Spice May Flow card to collect an influence point. Have diplomacy cards? Boost yourself on the alliance track to get a point. So far, this is like everything that the game is based off of. The illusion of choice here creates a disguised, bland, strategic experience. Yeah, because you have to pick one of those and hopefully that's what you're working for. But the luck element of the game is partly implemented through the use of intrigue deck. I have no issue with luck implementing in games if I can allow a player to employ a clever strategy as a result. However, this game dumbs it down to, let's pull the lever of the slot machine of the intrigue deck and see if I hit that 777. Simply milling an intrigue deck for game-breaking cards does not equate to strategy play that's fulfilling as a player. As a result, this game can be rather swingy unjustly. Additionally, okay, we're about halfway. Additionally, the mid through end game strategy devolves down to being the same for all players. Let's hoard 6 spice and see who can be the first person to play their agent on the Highliner board space to deploy 7 troops every single time. You'd be a fool not to place an agent on that spot for the Spice Guild. Compare this board space to the Emperor's Conspiracy board space, and it really pales in comparison. The Emperor's Conspiracy space allows a player to spend 4 spice and acquire 5 health, 2 troops which you can't deploy, and an intrigue card. Thematically, the Emperor has access to I don't know the Dune terms that well. Sardaukar terror troops, and you mean to tell me that's the best he can do? The Highliner spot is clearly the best space in the game where players would want to ensure they can go as often as possible. Let's face it, the graphic design on the board was lazy and completely missed opportunity. The game is light on player interaction, the combat is uninteresting, you could slap any theme on this game mechanics. When it comes down to the Dune theme, I'll stick to Avalon Hill Classic. Further, when it comes to deck building plus worker placement area control, I'll take a Study in Emerald or Legends of the Hidden Arkham. Yeah, that's what it says. I'll take a Study in Emerald or Legends of the Hidden Arkham any day over this. 1 star. Euro! 1 star. Boring! Dull! Waste of time! 1 star. Does not come with enough sleeves to play. Support will not respond. 1 star for sleeves. The worst game ever. It is boring and random and I don't recommend playing it. 1 star. So abstract. It has absolutely no connection to the theme at all. 1 star. Cash grab warning. Dry Euro game with Dune related illustrations. 1 star. Tell me what you think about Dune Imperium. Is it as good as the old Dune from Avalon Hill? Is it better? Or you just don't care about Dune and or sandworms or anything of that nature and just don't care. Let me know. Tell me what you think of this game. Comments, things, YouTube stuff. Go. I can hear my neighbors outside.